So technically it's Friday, but I haven't gone to bed and it's 1 o'clock in the morning. It's only Thursday technically. Hi guys, this is Connie. This is the Connie's Notes November 1 takes every day. I did post my Connie reads, which means I think that's the last one I've actually read out loud. So unless I want to dig into my archives with some of the other random books that I'm attempting to finish because I started them, I gotta finish them. I'm gonna have to do some more reading, which should be fine because Mustachio is staying home tomorrow. He has tomorrow off. And then he took all of Thanksgiving week off, which I was like, yes, because family will be coming into town on Sunday. And then they'll be here for an entire week, which I'm really excited about, but I feel slightly ill-prepared. Oh, I use this. Sorry, I was thinking about trying to find a spiral notebook to start writing down some scripture so that I can memorize it, and I just found this. Sitting right here. Oh. This is the first picture we had of Baby Bear. I was really happy that she gave us the heartbeat because this was just confirming that we had a baby after our miscarriage. So I always see that, I'm just like, blessing, she's only 6 months old. And I think at that point she was 6 weeks developed. Yes, 6 weeks and 5 days according to their measurements. It's incredible to me. Love me some technology. So what happened today? So I just came back from gaming. I did a lot of gaming. A lot of cargressing, which is a term. I play Ingress, which was the first augmented reality game that Niantic came out with before Pokemon Go. And so now I do both of them. And because of the updates and they added new stops, which it means they've added new portals in Ingress. And so it's their 5-year anniversary of Ingress. So for the next 2 weeks, they have doubled the AP and you get a lot more stuff when you hack the portals, and it's been awesome. So I'm really, really glad that Mustachio stayed home with the baby tonight, and while she slept, he was able to do some gaming for himself here, and I was able to go out and drive and, you know, capture a lot of portals, take a couple down, and throw a bunch of links. I love it. So if you know what I'm talking about, you could be excited too. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, that's okay. Or I could be like, have you considered Ingress? You could always put your email in the comments, which I highly doubt anybody's actually going to want to do this. But if you put an email in the comments, I will send you an invitation for Ingress. And if you want to play Ingress, I think all you have to do is get to like level 2 or level 5, and I get credit for recruiting you, which is shameless plug for being like, ooh, look, I've brought more people into the family of Ingress. But it is what it is. I have not opened this notebook in a really long time. It's been almost a year, I'd say, because there's Connie's math in here, which is I did some babysitting. No, God, that's horrible. That's almost like baby sledding and baby slitting. Oh, that just doesn't sound right. I did some babysitting before and during the early parts of my pregnancy with Bear, and I would have to do the math so that the hosts could pay me accordingly. And I had my own little system together with it. It's very fanciful right now. I'm just wishing I would have put... I wish I would have put a date. But this was about average for what we did. So, memories. All the memories, so fun. But I stopped doing that right before February. March, April, May. And it just got I got tired and stressful and short-tempered, and just I got to a point where I didn't want to. I didn't feel like I was doing my best in taking care of their kids, so it seemed unfair to them. And also, it was kind of stressing me out a little bit, and so it didn't seem fair to me or my baby, my unborn child at the time. And I'd already had a miscarriage, so I was like super hyper sensitive and cautious to it. But but um but but it was a great time, and hopefully I'll get to go visit them. I have no intentions of doing anything with anyone except my family next week, which is going to be exciting because I'm wondering if maybe I'll change it up and actually do one takes throughout the week during the day, because we're supposed to be going to the Air and Space Museum. If I'm feeling up to it, I may go, or I may stay home and try to get stuff done around the house without the baby, without, too much interruption. And, I have random goals in here. What is this? I don't even know. Do I want to know what it's not formula. There's a random stain on here. Let me see if I can change the lighting here. You see that? There's a random stain action. I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, it's not that bad. What else happened today? Before gaming happened, Bear had a mini meltdown. She really does not like being in the car seat. And when she is in the car seat, typically I'm with other people. Like, I have other family members with me, or she becomes the center of attention. And I don't say that in like a selfish kind of way. I say that in the fact that she like lights up the room just by being there, even at 6 months. Like, she has this incredible smile and these big bright blue eyes, and people just love her, and she's so good and social when it's, she's smiley and happy with other people. I went to go get waxed today, got my underarms, and I got my legs done, so I kind of treated myself a little bit. And all the ladies that were there just absolutely just fawned on her, and they loved her, and she's just so good in public, and she's a good baby overall. She's a pretty easygoing child, but she when she doesn't have that extra attention, she gets mad, and she gets mad quick. Like, she has gotten really quickly short-tempered in the last week or so. And then I was briefly talking about her potentially having some separation anxiety, because she spends all day with me. She's familiar with me. We are definitely bonded and connected as mother and daughter, and mother and baby, for that matter. And she sometimes, when she has her mind made up, she only wants me, and that is flattering, but it makes it difficult to like leave her with people, and I don't want them to have a negative experience with her. I don't want her to get super stressed out either. It's just it's fun. So she had a meltdown. I went to go do a Pokemon Go raid for Suicune, which was my third one. I got it! Yes! So I've hit my minimum on my main account, so I'm super excited about that. But in the process of it, I know that when she gets upset in the car seat, she tends to just let things loose, and she poops. And sometimes she poops really violently into that seat. She was wearing some overall denim pants, jeans, and so I knew before we even left the site that I needed to change her diaper. And it's cold and windy, And I've only got a Corolla, so I ended up like opening up the trunk and kind of doing a little setup where there was some light there, and she was out of the wind, and oh, I had to clean her up, and I had to thank God that I had some change of clothes because I was not trying to let her sit in filth. If I needed to, I probably would have put wipes over the parts that were soiled, because if I couldn't get it out with a couple of wipes, I did, have to do what I have to do. But then she cried. We couldn't even leave the parking lot because she started to like melt down. She wanted a bottle. She wanted some face to face time. I can't give her face to face time if I have to drive the car. So obviously, and what when you have a kid just melting down and just scream crying, it feels like 10 minutes home on a drive, 10 to 15 minutes on a drive home from one end of the city to the other feels like an eternity. And I thank God for Mustachio, because I was able to call him and put him on speakerphone and stick the phone really close to her as best as I could. And he talked to her, and she started to calm down a little bit, but then she worked herself back up again. I mean, like, it got to the point where I almost started crying, just because I hate hearing her cry like that, because I know she has worked herself up to this point where she is so upset. There's, other than like pulling over and giving her what she wants, which was not, that wasn't a choice. I wanted to go home. I wanted to see Mustachio. I wanted to continue with the rest of the night. And so pulling over was not a choice. I knew she wasn't hurt. I know she was safe in that car seat. I mean, I changed her diaper. I changed her clothes. I made sure she was covered in blankets. She wasn't cold. She wasn't in any kind of distress, except that she was upset that she still wasn't getting what she wanted. So that was a thing. Before that, I got waxed. Before that, we took a nap. Before that, my mom came over, Grandma Roland came over, and instead of going to do water walking, because it can be pretty time consuming between the two adults and an infant, it can be a bit time consuming as far as getting ready, driving, going and getting ready and coming out. And but I like going with her. She's got a work goal where she has to get so much exercise or activity in before a certain deadline, and she wins like $200 credit towards her health spending, I think, or something to that effect. And she mentioned meditation, and I said, I have an app on my phone that I got for free one time. I said, there's all sorts of meditation for anything. I guarantee you can do a half an hour's worth of meditation and you're set. So we ended up, I got some stuff done in the kitchen. I made some brigadeiros. I love that stuff. I learned, though, I used frozen butter and threw it all together really quickly, and it kind of got chunky. And I thought it was the cocoa, and no, I'm pretty sure it was the butter. So next time we have to use room temperature butter. Let it melt the way it was supposed to melt, because it didn't want to do anything the way I had it done today. It was kind of weird. You would have almost thought that there were like pieces of small plastic in it, the congealness of it, because it was just like crunchiness that I was not anticipating. It's not how that stuff's made. And we had 36 minutes of meditation focused on like pain relief and visualization. There was so many different things just to focus on the breath. It was a really good thing. So I have no doubt that we'll be able to meet her goal by the end of the month. So I'm like, yeah. And it doesn't take an extra like 4 hours to get ready and go, and I enjoy it, but it can be pretty time consuming to do the pool with the baby. So there's that. Before that, I'm going to assume that I was trying to get a bunch of stuff done with the girl at home. I prepped my pool bag because I didn't know if my mom wanted to go or not. or she was going to come over, but we know how that worked. And which means I got a load of laundry done. I did a load of dishes. I ate a crap ton of food because I'm always hungry. I did actually end up treating myself to, I have the Chick-fil-A app, and what's really nice about that is I lost my calendar card, because if you buy the Chick-fil-A calendar, it usually comes with a card and you can get something free every month. It's the first time in like 3 years I've misplaced the card. I have no idea where it is. And downloading the app and registering my information to it, I'm able to get that without any problem. I don't have to go through emails. I don't have to ask for some temporary thingamajig. And for downloading the app, I got a free treat already. So, and then there was another one on top of it that they give you as well. So I got like a free, what did I get? I got a free large unsweetened iced tea today. And I bought some fries. And I like their fries without salt. I'm purposely trying to do without salt because I have enough salt intake from everything else in my life. And it seemed like I got chipped. Like the fries were bigger, but the amount didn't seem like it was a good solid medium that you usually get. Either I ate it too fast or there just wasn't the regular amount in there. But it was what it was. It was tasty. And then talked a bit with Mustachio throughout the day. I almost fell asleep. I almost finally took a nap today, but I still kind of didn't. That's one of my goals, is I want to be able, when the baby naps on me, I want to nap with the baby. And the last couple of days I haven't, because I just take that opportunity to play on my phone, knowing that there isn't a baby reaching for it. Actually, I will try to post in the descriptions at some point an unlisted video of just a random time where baby bear just grabs at the phone every time I try to, I'm trying to show her her newest tooth. She finally cut a tooth, but in your baby doing this does not happen. She immediately covers it. So there's a couple of those, and she keeps reaching for the phone and trying to eat it. I'm like, no, you can't do that. Yeah, that was mostly the day. She slept all the way through the night last night, which does happen, but she usually has at least a midnight meal with Daddy, so she didn't do that. And hopefully, since she worked herself into such a frenzy and burned so much energy in doing that, she may get up, if it's 1:30 almost right now, she may get up, and the earliest she would get up is right about now, but she's been waking up somewhere between 3 and 5 o'clock, give or take, and she'll usually get a diaper change and a bottle, and Mustachio will put her back to sleep, and then she'll sleep for about another hour or so, and then she's just kind of like, I'm ready to play with mommy. But I have learned she will totally go back to sleep. She just needs like an hour to do it. So should help myself out and let that child sleep. I'll have to talk about empathic connection that I feel like I have with her sometimes. But that's a whole nother video for a whole nother time. But it was a good day. I could have done without the meltdown, but I melted down earlier in the week, so we're all learning and growing together. Had a lot of fun on social media today. Lots of really cool words of wisdom to give to people and encouragement. So maybe I'll go back through that and try to see if I can remember it and put it aside. Maybe I'll put it in my book along with the scripture I want to start memorizing. So that can be a thing. Oh, I'll have to look through this because there's more than just those crazy notes. And of course there's always, it's one of those random things about me is I'm a four-leaf clover collector. I just have always seemed to find them pretty easily most of my life. So I have hundreds of these all over the house, in books, in bookmarks that I've made. Someday I might find an opportunity. If you send me your email and you want to do ingress, you could probably send me your address and I'll send one of these to you. I don't know if you'll actually want to do it, but it's a thing. If you enjoy watching these really long videos, it could be my way of saying thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Just thank you. Because you're awesome. If nobody's told you that recently. So, I got myself all wound up. Now I need to wind myself down because sleep is so important. I'm going to be a massive zombie in the morning. But hopefully functional by 10 o'clock because that's when Baby Bear has her 6-month checkup. She's gonna get shots. But hopefully we'll hear that everything is well and how to start transitioning her into some food that isn't from a bottle or thicker formula. I don't know how that works, but we will figure it out. And I might talk about it tomorrow night. Be careful with that and enjoy, please and thank you. And I will see you next time.